Welcome back to OPA's Model Train Layout. I'm Oma, come on in. Today's topic is model train layout design. No matter the size, several basic things must be considered when creating your layout design. First, how much space do you have for your hobby? Second, what railroad track design are you hoping to fit in your layout? And third, what type of landscape and buildings are you hoping to model on your layout? When OPA began to design the layout for this area, he had a rectangular 10 by 14 room to work with. The shape of the room is important as well as the square footage when designing your layout. For the railroad track plan, OPA was hoping to have a continuous loop for the trains to run on, a couple of train yards to park engines and cars when not in use, double tracks so the trains could pass each other, and that looks really neat. He wanted to model a mountainous wooded area like Pennsylvania, since he models the Pennsylvania Railroad, and have a town and industrial area. After considering his wish list and the size and shape of the room, he decided on a train layout design with the operator and control panel in the center. There are several advantages to this layout design. You can reach and see everything in the layout this way. If there's a problem running the trains, you can easily turn off the power, reach over, correct the problem, and turn it back on. As you see, OPA was able to fit in almost everything on his railroad track plan and landscape. He also was able to fit in all the buildings that he wanted to fit in. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to fit in the continuous loop. You can't make the curves too sharp or the trains will derail. So he came up with a solution for this. He made a long loop around the edge of the platform that gave the trains lots of room to run, but unfortunately it needed to dead end at the wall. So the trains would come up here like this one is, but then when it got to the wall, like now it's going to go through the wall because it's connected in the other room, but it used to have to stop there. And then he would have to, put it in reverse so it could run back around. Now he did have space to put tunnels back there. And when he got to that point, that's when he realized he had pretty much filled up this whole area. And he started thinking he'd like to have a larger layout. So that's when we started talking about whether or not he could build a larger layout in the other room. So we cleared out the room and he cut the holes in the wall, and then he began to plan the layout in the other room. Now for designing the layout in this room, OPA once again took into consideration the size and shape of the room, the railroad track plan he hoped to fit in, and the building and landscape that he wanted to model. This is a much larger room. It is 15 by 30 pretty much, so it's very long and rectangular. He wanted to have the same track layout elements and buildings and landscape as for the other layout. Based on these considerations, OPA decided that a rectangular layout with an additional section at the end of the room to match up with holes in the wall to connect with the other layout would be best. This design gave OPA lots of space for landscape and buildings that he wanted to model. He was able to have a continuous loop for the trains to run on this time, as well as connecting to the layout in the other room. This is really nice because you can just turn on the trains and let them run. He was able to have two tracks side by side so that the trains could pass each other, and two train yards to park engines and cars when not in use. This large area provided room for several tunnels, which are always fun. Our grandson loves watching the trains go in and out of the tunnels. He'll run to the other side to see them pop out on the other side. The disadvantage to this style is that the control panel is on this side here. If you're on the other side of the layout and there's a problem, you have to sprint around the layout to turn the power off. You also can't see everything on the layout from one position, so you can't always see right away what the problem is. But no matter what, no layout is perfect. So you just need to figure out what design works best for you in the space that you have, and then figure out ways to deal with the issues. So for this layout, we have gotten really good at listening as well as watching for anything not going quite right. Then we make our way to the other side, to the control panel, as fast as we can. So far this has been working. OPA has spent a lot of time planning the designs for both of these rooms. Both layouts fit well with the space they're in and are very functional. OPA enjoys adding to the layouts and running the trains, and we all enjoy seeing what he builds down here and watching the trains too. So all the time and effort that you put into your design really pays off for you in the end. Well, that's all for tonight. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you'll come back next time for OPA's model train layout. Bye-bye.